Hello everybody and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and close off this section of our little kingdom here. We're going to also try and do it in a way that we can go ahead and build roads and place down the wells as we are cutting down the forest here, because we do have the wolf dens up here that we need to place down the little archer things on the tops here so that they can go ahead and hopefully deal with the wolves as we are expanding. But we also need the wells nearby so that we can turn out the fires, because the walls are just catching on fire randomly, so we need to be careful with that. And then we do have a Viking raid coming right now, so they're going to go ahead and do what they're going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and unpause it now. But I went ahead and made a couple changes here. So we have a lumber thing here now. So this guy's pretty much harvesting everything in the radius of it. He's missing a little bit on this thing and this thing, but there's no way around it because we needed the road close enough to be able to place him down. So we're losing that little bit of wood and that little bit of wood. There's not much we can do about it. I went ahead and removed the one that was over here in the beginning, or the one that we placed down to begin with, and then we went ahead and placed it over here. So same thing with this one. We kind of maximized as much as we could here, and that's why the road kind of angles back into it, because it wouldn't let us place it down. It was like perfectly centered to not be close enough to a road if we didn't do this. So we had that little chunk there and it fixed it. And so we have a little lumber thing there now. We have a lumber thing there, so we have two things of wood being generated so that we can hopefully finish the wall and plus all the wood that we're going to have to cut down regardless right now. And then we also need to be a little bit careful with these guys, because I thought these were free to place down and not have any upkeep costs, but there is an upkeep cost, so we need to pay 6 gold per year to have these things running. So we need to be careful with our taxes here that we don't have more of these things down than we can actually afford. So what I want to go ahead and do before we start cutting down the forest, I'm just ignoring the Vikings right now because they're just going to be cutting up the ground or cutting up the fences and stuff. They're kind of all they're doing, really. So let's go ahead and place down this thing so that we can actually start building an army. So we need the Chamber of War, and we cleared out the trees from this little area last episode so that we can actually place this thing down. And then we didn't have any gold to do it, so now we do. I actually can't hear any audio right now, so actually let me fix that really quick. There is audio playing, it's just kind of quiet, I guess, or there's not any effects for this stuff happening, and I just didn't notice it the last couple episodes. But we are losing a little bit of wallage right now. They're pretty much burning it all down, and these guys are leaving now, so we should be okay. And now that we have this thing being built, can we go ahead and build the barracks? We can indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and place this down, I guess right here. We'll just clear out the trees and place it here for right now. Clear the trees first. Yeah, I need to do that. So let's go ahead and clear some trees, and that should be big enough, I think. Let me actually double time it here so that we can actually like build it and not sit here forever. And once we get this up and going, hopefully we can get like a little legion of army men going, and then we can have them clear out the wolf dens instead of having to place down the archery things as we are expanding here. So hopefully that's the case. Oh, you know what? We might not be able to place it here because there is a giant thing of stones there. So is it big enough to squeeze in? Oh, that's the wrong thing. Can we squeeze it in here? We can place it like that. We can't place it sideways like we wanted to initially. So let's place it here. That's fine. And what does this building do? This building is going to turn 2 gold into swords. Hazard pay. Costs 50 gold to start. All military forces inflict double damage for 4 times the upkeep cost. Okay, that's going to come in handy, I guess. We also need to go ahead and place down some more houses because we don't have any more people, and we are pretty much at capacity for our employment stuff, so anything we place down extra isn't going to have people working it. And we have enough money to go ahead and place down one of the manors now, so I guess we can do that. Let's place it right here. Actually, that's like farmable land, so let's not place it there. Let's place it right here, and let's have it facing this way. Sure. And then we should be good. I don't know if this is going to have an upkeep cost. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't know how many people are actually going to live in that building either. Does it tell me? 25 people. Okay. Let's also place down a couple more of the cottages here so that we have, or I guess one more cottage should be fine. We're going to have 37 people spawning in when those things get built, so we should be okay. All of our archery things are out of money right now, so we might actually have to raise taxes just a little bit here because we are kind of having stuff require more gold than we are producing. So we do have people working in the tax thing right now, so we should be generating gold, and we are currently generating 40 a year. So not great, but it should be good enough to go ahead and fund the things that we have down right now. Our barracks is done being built, so let's go ahead and train up some men. No staff to train soldiers, so what if we go ahead and click this? We can't actually do that, or I guess it might be doing it. I'm not sure. We need to go ahead and place down some wells so that we have some water in this area, because if we don't, we're going to run into issues. And where's the well at? There we go. Let's place it here, since we can't really place anything right now, since the stone is there anyways. I'm going to go ahead and throw it into fast time here so that the cottage gets built, or the manor gets built. And then we have an influx of people, and hopefully we have enough people come in that we can actually build an army with, because we need that army before we start expanding out this way to get rid of those wolves. So hopefully that happens. This thing's taken a little while to get built, even in fast forward mode here. There we go. Instantly we have a bunch of people joining in. We have 10 residents in it, and we have 166 out of 190, so we should be okay. We might also need to go ahead and place down more of these guys now that we have that stuff being generated. I wonder if there's a thing that tells me where... It does indeed. Okay, so we have a total of 30 being produced, I think. Yeah, we have 30 extra, I believe, so we don't need to place down an extra one of the coal makers, so we should be okay. We do, however, need to go ahead and place down some more wheat, so we have negative 27 compared to last year. So we have more people than we do have food being produced, so let's actually place down some of this stuff. I'm going to try and place down another one of those things to try and make the farm a little more beneficial for us. And is there a good spot I can place this? Not really. I can place it here, but then I need to place a road down. We'll go ahead and place it right here. We'll just go ahead and move the well so that it's not in the way of the fertile land. And then we'll place it back right here. And then once this stuff's done getting built, we can go ahead and place down the wheat fields over in this area like that. And then those will hopefully be boosted by this thing. And then we can go ahead and hopefully meet the requirement for food here. Let's see what else we need to go ahead and focus on. We're not too worried about the wood or the stone. The iron that's being generated is just kind of passive at the moment, since we have this thing over here making the iron that I don't think we're even using for anything yet. Okay, so we're actually going to place down some more cottages and probably another tavern, because we're probably going to be at capacity with the 2 that we have down right now. And I'm going to go ahead and clear out that little area and place down some more cottages right here so that we have like a little neighborhood going. And then we'll probably place another tavern over in this area so that hopefully some of these people can go to it. We're going to also expand down this way eventually to fill in the rest of this little area with cottages. And we need to go ahead and place down another well as well. So, we have enough to build a manor. Do we want to build a bunch of these? It's going to be a bunch of capacity in one go here. So I guess we can. Let's go ahead and do this and that. Oh, did I place those the wrong way? I want them to match this one. Let me fix that really quick before we have these get built, and then I have to break them down anyways. So that should be good, and that should be good. Actually, yeah, that should be good. Okay, so that's 2 more. That's 50 more people getting spawned in when they get built. We can also go ahead and place down some of these guys. So that's another 12 and another 24. So let's go ahead and just mine it all the way down, or line it all the way down, rather. And did I place that one the wrong way? I feel like I placed that one the wrong way. There we go. And then on this side, let's see how far out the water thing goes before we finish placing these things down. So we definitely need another water thing. Let's go ahead and place this thing here. We can go ahead and place the tavern down as well before we move out of this. And which one is it? It's not that screen. It's this screen here. There we go. So let's place the tavern here. Oh, you know what? The radius is massive. You know what? Yeah, that should be fine. It's going to affect these guys and bite into the radius of this one a little bit, but that's fine. We might also need another church because we're not quite hitting these houses, and we're not hitting these houses on the end all that much. So if we have the money for it, let's go ahead and place down another one of those. Where is the church at? It should be here, right? Yeah, the church is there. Okay. So let's place this one on the backside of these houses. We're still not hitting these ones all that well, but we are going to go ahead and fill in the radius of these guys at least. So let's place it here. If we want, we can go ahead and build the road through this when we eventually get the stuff to remove rocks. And we might need another clinic. I'm not too sure here. Is this one enough for what we have down? I think we might be okay. We do have these things. These allow us to go ahead and boost our people's happiness by just placing these things down, and they go over the road, so we can have like bushes lining the roads here. So it's also gold to place these down. 35 gold per little thing of those. So I don't really want to splurge on those just yet. I think those will happen eventually, but for right now, I don't think we have the gold to be just wasting on that kind of stuff. The buildings for the markets and stuff, we might need some of these just so that our people can spread out a little bit. We might not need it right now because everything's kind of close together, but we'll go ahead and place down one regardless, and hopefully it helps distribute the food between our houses here. So let's go ahead and place down one. Let's go with the bigger one just for the sake of having it down. And we'll place this here for right now on the end of the cottages or the big manors. We'll go ahead and place down another swine herd as well so that we're producing some sort of meat, or some more meat rather. So let's go ahead and place it over here. So at least we have something being generated in that corner. And I think that's it for right now. We don't need any more of this stuff. I don't think we need another stockpile because there's so much storage. And I think I also placed down one of the bigger ones. And yeah, we have just a ton of storage capacity, so there's no point in placing down another one. So we're going to go ahead and unpause it. And hopefully at some point here, all of these people that spawn in and reach capacity, hopefully we are good everywhere else, and we eventually hopefully get an army up and going here, because I really do want to go ahead and clear out these wolf dens so we can finish building this wall. We're also going to go ahead and place down one more of these guys, or maybe two more of these guys. Actually, no, we're not, because we don't have enough of the material to place any more of them, but we're going to probably place down two more of these guys so that we're generating more fish, because these guys only do 20 a year, I think 20 a year, and right now we're not really meeting the food requirement for them. So we have a capacity of 50, and I've never seen this anywhere other than 0. So yeah, we're gonna place down two more of these guys, maybe. And then once this guy's up and running, the swine thing, we should be good. We might need more wheat fields now. So let's actually do that while we're here. Why not? Since we have the time, or the ability to do this, let's go ahead and just fill in the green areas with it. We have another little zone there. I think we can place one there as well. There we go. These ones aren't as bright. These ones are the dark green. These ones aren't the dark green. Let's actually place down an orchard here. Yeah, let's place an orchard there. We're about to have both of them attack at the same time here, so that's not going to be super great for us, I don't think. Is there anything else that we drastically need? We can do this. That's going to repair the stone structures, which I don't know if we actually need that just yet. We might need it for the manors if they get attacked by the dragons, but for right now, I don't think we need that. And here's the dragon. Oh, I still have it in fast forward mode. That's why it got here so quick. Okay, so let's see what the dragon's going to do. Let's go ahead and just leave it in 2x mode. It's going to attack the granary. That's not great. At least it didn't destroy it like it does with the fields. And it looks like it's just burning a bunch of stuff. That's fine. If it doesn't instant break buildings, that's great for me. And it's also going to attack the fields. Okay, that's kind of to be expected here lately. It is attacking stuff now. It's not just flying around the base. I think it was just like a give me the first time it did it. But we are doing okay. It's still going to destroy more stuff. No, come on. You burned a bunch of buildings. You did some fields. Go away. Our archer thing's going to start shooting. Cool. Do we have an army up and going yet? No, we still don't have anybody working there. So hopefully as this fills capacity here, we have enough people in our village to start working this thing to generate the army for us. Let's go ahead and repair the farm. Did anything else break that we can see? All of these are good. We do have the fire department thing that we're still not running because I don't know if we have the gold to meet the requirement for it, and we just got robbed. So they took 100 gold. That's not really that big of a deal. We are generating 76 a year right now, so not that big of a deal, I don't think. And that was pretty much it, right? The Vikings came and went. Oh, you know what? Never mind. The second little wave of them are coming in right now. What are they going to do? They're going to just burn some walls down, or are you leaving? Our archery tower thing just destroyed these guys. I thought they were leaving, but they were actually coming to, I guess, burn the wall down, I guess. I don't know what they were doing. But we should have enough wood and stuff to go ahead and build another fishing hut. So let's go ahead and do that. And do we need these like right against the thing? I don't think our people actually have to walk to this thing. So let's actually place this one here. And we'll place this one in a way that kind of points toward the wall, I suppose. So we have some fish going there, and then we can place this one. I think we can just place this wherever the shoreline is. Yeah, it's not connected. It's not connected to a road system, I don't think. So let's actually place this one here. So that way we have 3 of these things generating fish for us, hopefully meeting some of the food requirements for our people. We are really low on food, so that's not a great sign. Anyways, while we have the gold, we can go ahead and do one of these. This is going to go ahead and host a festival, and that's only going to be 50 gold. It's going to go ahead and make our people a little bit more happy. We can kind of use it a little bit. So that's going to bump us all the way up to 83. That should be fine. If we go ahead and click on the taverns, I think we can do a thing in the taverns too. No, we can't do a thing in the taverns. Okay, never mind. Was there something else that we could do? Was it the church? Yeah, the church. We can go ahead and do one of these, which I don't know what that's going to do. Probably make us a little happier. Oh, we can go ahead and give them donations. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to do that right now. We don't really have that much gold to be wasting like that. Let's see. Do we have an army up and operational just yet? No, we still do not. Okay, so we don't want to do that one. Let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and start building the wall at least. We are turned into a bustling city. That's nice. I'm going to go ahead and bump it back into 3 times mode here, and hopefully we go ahead and get around to building that army eventually here. I don't know how long this is going to take us to get up and going here. Oh, you know what? We need something. It says that we don't have 17 of something. So actually what we might need to do before we just sit here for hours on end, fast forwarding, trying to get this thing to make an army for us, we might actually need this thing, the blacksmith, to go ahead and start making weapons and stuff for our stuff. So let's place the blacksmith here on the corner of our little village, and let's place it like that. We currently have 7 people idle, so let's actually have our people start clearing out some woods here. So this is the zone for that thing. I don't want to cut into that too much. Let's go ahead and clear this little zone of woods. And I think we can do this zone as well. There's no point in having the woods here anymore. It doesn't slow down the enemies, it doesn't look like, and it's just kind of delaying us building anything. So we can go ahead and have that stuff get cut down. Hopefully these guys get this thing up and running so that we can go ahead and start making the swords and stuff. And then now that we have this thing built, we can actually start making the other little buildings here that hopefully, I think, help us make food better. So this guy's going to go ahead and cut up the pork and stuff a little more efficiently. I think this guy's going to cut up the fish a little more efficiently. So we can go ahead and have those guys placed at some point here, and then hopefully have a better handle on our food generation, I think is what that's going to do. So we can actually place some of them down now. Let's place the butchery thing down here. It's just a single tile building. That's nice. We can go ahead and just place it here for right now. And as we get the points again to go ahead and build this one, we can go ahead and place down the fishmonger as well so that we can go ahead and handle our fish a little bit better as well. So let's place this guy there. And hopefully these guys help a little bit. What are these guys' issue? Are they starving? Is that what's happening here? I don't know what that icon is. It looks like a piece of bread. So either they're starving, which is probably what's happening because we don't have a whole lot of food generation right now. So that's not good for us. Okay, so we need to go ahead and place down more wheat fields here so that we don't have that happening. So let's actually pause the game again, or actually put it in the 1 times mode. That should be fine. We can go ahead and place down a bunch of wheat fields. We won't get the bonus because I'm not going to squeeze those things in everywhere. So let's go ahead and build a road out from here. And we need, I think it goes out 3 from it, so we can go here, I believe, and then we can go here, and that should be fine. And then we should be able to go ahead and place down wheat fields. Yeah, we can go ahead and place down wheat fields with no issue here. So let's go ahead and do this so that all of these little green ones are filled in, and that should help out a little bit here with our food situation. We can even place them down on the lighter green ones. It's just not as fertile as the darker green ones. So I'm going to hold off on that until we absolutely need it. Okay, so even with our little wheat field expansion, we still weren't generating enough food. So I went ahead and placed down another orchard, and I placed down a couple more of the wheat fields here. So now we are producing, I believe, yeah, a total of 65 extra. It was just sitting at 31 extra. So I guess we kind of got a full cycle there to actually count everything. But I think it's going to stay around 30. It's just dropping because our people keep going up and down here. But what I want to go ahead and do, because our army is just about done being built, we're going to go ahead and actually place down another one of these blacksmiths because we are using both of these things. So these guys here are using the little box on the left here, and then the recruitment thing over here is using the box on the right. So I don't know if these guys are bouncing between which one they're making, or if they're making both of them in one go here. So hopefully, to go ahead and speed this up a little bit, we're just going to go ahead and place down another blacksmith so that we have double of those items being produced, and hopefully it helps here in the long run so that we can go ahead and make the armies a little more frequently here, because these guys are very slow right now because they have to wait for the item this guy's producing, which takes a second to actually get there, and then it'll run, but they're almost done being built regardless. We're actually going to go ahead and place down one more of the manors as well so that we have some more people get into our village, because we are pretty much at capacity again with all of the stuff we have down. So hopefully this helps ease a little bit of the congestion and hopefully get a couple more people working jobs that need to be working jobs here. And there we go. We have our first little army. So we are in 1x mode here. Let's go ahead and have them walk on over here. We're going to have them go up the center and deal with this wolf pack, hopefully here. And hopefully they don't die doing this, because that'll be kind of annoying that it took a little while for them to get built and then they die by one little wolf den here. But hopefully they deal with them. Let's see if this thing's going to change. It might change over to an empty den. And I think they killed everything because there's no more fighting going on. So yeah, we have an empty cave den here. So let's go ahead and have them attack the last one that's over here. And then we can just have our builders come over here and deal with the wall building here without having to worry about them getting eaten by the wolves. They only lost a little bit of health, so they should be able to go ahead and deal with these wolves as well without dying, I think. Hopefully. Actually, it looks like he might be taking a bunch more damage than he did off that first little area. And he's the only one left. Let's actually have him go back before he dies. I don't know if he dies if we lose like a general or whatnot, so let's have him leave. Oh, you know what? Did he kill everybody? He actually killed all the wolves before he went back, so he's gonna just, I guess, hang out until there's another group of army for him to command. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be like. We can go ahead and just have him recuperate. Okay, so he's just going to hang out here until there's another army generated for him, so that's fine. We do have the Vikings coming in again, so I'm guessing they're going to be coming from the top. They're not coming from the top. Where are they coming from? The side. Okay, so they have to deal with at least 1 or 2 archery towers, unless they just go right through the wall, in which case there's not much we can do to stop that, but hopefully they kind of get beat on a little bit by the archery towers. But now we can go ahead and rebuild all the walls here and start laying down the perimeter on this side of the thing so that we at least have some sort of defense going on here. So we do need a couple trees cleared before we can complete the wall all the way around here. So let's go ahead and have them clear out some of these guys. And where is the walls at? So let's go ahead and place these guys down. We'll just come back and fill in the little areas that we need to. But that should be good, right? We can go ahead and skirt along the edge here, and then we need to cut this tree down as well so that we can go ahead and place a wall there. I think right here we're just going to go ahead and cut straight across. Oops, I didn't want to highlight the trees on the side there, so that should be fine. And then we're just going to go ahead and cut our way back and around to connect into this little section here. And that should be the entirety of the wall ready to go. We do have stones that we can go ahead and place down. These guys kind of just walked right past the wall again. That's fine. That shouldn't happen again here for a little while. Once we get this wall up and going, they shouldn't be able to go ahead and scoot past anything anymore. And now that we have a bunch of gold coming in, we can actually start kind of spamming these guys around a little bit. We still need to be a little careful with them because they require 2 people to work in them, so we might need to place down more houses and stuff to go ahead and be able to fill these guys up with people, but they should help a little bit here. You know what? Our happiness is actually dropping into the 50s, I think, for the first time. So I want to drop the tax rate down a little bit just to see if that kind of makes them a little happier. I don't really want to risk losing the game because our people are too unhappy, so I'm going to kind of keep an eye on that and bounce it back and forth. We don't really need the gold right now. We're generating 60-something now because we have so many people here. And all of our stuff is on fire, so that's not great. We do have a dragon inbound as well. You know what? We have the gold for it. Why not just open this thing back up? Let's go ahead and open this thing so that we have a fire department. And hopefully they deal with fires a little quicker than the normal people do. I'm not sure. How much gold are we generating? 44, so we're still making a profit at least. Where's the dragon at? The dragon's coming in from the left side here. What are you going to destroy? A bunch of fields again? Probably. I don't think he can actually break the buildings. I guess we'll see if he actually breaks a building. But hopefully he doesn't break any buildings, and we are good. I'm going to actually host another festival so that we get our people a little bit happy because we are at 50 right now and still dropping. So that's not great. But here we go. The dragon's attacking our markets and one of our manors. and hopefully it doesn't do anything too crazy and it just leaves. We also have the ability to start building our own, like, boats to, like, patrol our coastline here against the Vikings, which is something we might want to go ahead and do. Or actually, no, that's not what these are. These are just transport boats. They're not like boats that attack stuff. So never mind, that's not something we're going to do. There's no point in building those because we're on a giant island here, so there's no reason to have transport boats for us. We just had a bunch of people die. We have a bunch of fields getting burned. Kindly leave, Mr. Dragon. Oh, these guys aren't really dealing with the fire over here all that well. How's our fire department doing? You guys out and about? I don't know if they're out and about. That's not great for us. The dragon is just burning everything. All right, well, they're kind of getting a handle on the fire. Nothing broke other than the fields that break when he spits on them. So that's not too bad. It looks like they got a handle on the rest of the fires here. So let's go ahead and rebuild our little farm plots here. Any other ones up here break? No, I thought he was leaving, but he's still burning stuff. Okay. So how do we deal with this guy when he's in the middle of our town? Can we place these things down on the floor? We need to place these on walls. So what we might actually end up doing is just placing down some of these in random little spots and just building these guys on top of them, because he's going to get past our wall regardless. There's not much we can do about that. I don't think we can build these high enough that he can't fly through it anymore. So what we might end up doing is actually placing down a couple of them throughout our little streets and stuff, and then just building the attack things on top of them. So we can place one here, for instance, and we can also stack walls on top of one another. I don't know what the point in doing that is, so I don't really want to do that. But we'll have one there. We'll place one over here by the castle. We'll place one over here by the fields. We'll place another one there, since we can't really place anything there anyway, since it's infertile ground. And do we want to place one more somewhere? We have one there already. Let's place another one here in between the church and the well. And I think that's all we'll place down right now. I think that should be fine. How's the stuff back here looking? It's looking okay. Let's go ahead and fill in the walls as they're building the other ones out there. And that can go there, and then we can go ahead and just drag it on across like this. And then we should be good and connected in and closed off from the Viking attacks here. So let's do that. We have one more tree we need to deal with, and then we can go ahead and close in the wall. And that's the entire little area right here in the beginning, at least, closed in from the possibility of an invasion. So we then need to go ahead and place down the archery things throughout the wall here, and then the wells as well. That's something we need to actually place down and not get distracted and not place them down, because if we don't, then the wall's just going to burn completely down without us being able to turn it off. But there we go. We have the walls in our stuff here. So our people are not happy. One of them just left because they were in despair. How do we make them more happy? Because there's no negative effect to them being unhappy right now. Let's go ahead and host another festival, and I think that might be kind of okay. Might help us a little bit here. Trending toward 80. So okay, that's a good sign, kind of. But now that we have the walls down in our village here, let's go ahead and place down the ballistic towers, because those are going to do more damage, and they might help a little more against the dragon attack here. So let's go ahead and place this one there and that one there. I think we only placed down 3 of these things, right? No, we placed down 4 of them. Okay, so there's one there. And I think that's everything. Is that everything? No, we had one over here too. And I think that's everything now. So I think we only placed down 4 of the walls or the little tower things in our village area. So that should be good now. And the wall is pretty much done here. Let me go ahead and fill in the 2 little spots that I missed. So that's that, and that should be that. Oh, you know what? There's a tree there. That's why it won't let me place it. So let's go ahead and harvest that tree. And how are we looking on gold right now? We're still making 65 a year. So let's place down some of these guys. Actually, no, I don't want to place down any of the towers just yet, because we have all of these woods to clear, and then we need to place down the water things so that we can go ahead and turn out fires. So I'll just hold off on placing those things down, actually, until this tree is done with, and then we can go ahead and start kind of clearing out the woods here at least. And we don't need to go too crazy with it. We just need to clear like 2 or 3 away from the wall along the sides here. So let's just go ahead and do that now, so that at least it's toggled up and ready to go. And that should go ahead and clear out a good little chunk of woods there. We can go ahead and drag some roads through along the wall here, and then hopefully have a bunch of wells down to go ahead and deal with the fires. And then we'll go ahead and clear out the rest of these woods here, and probably have some neighborhoods and stuff up here depending on how much of the land up here is fertile, that we can go ahead and maybe squeeze some more farms and stuff down as well. Okay, so I just went ahead and toggled them to go ahead and cut down the rest of the woods so we don't have to like build and try and cut stuff down and build and stuff like that. So we're just going to go ahead and place down the roads now. So I'm trying to keep these about 3 away from the wall here so that we can go ahead and try and maximize on the radius that the roads give. So we're going to do that and then maybe go to about there, because we have 3 spaces here, and then we can go ahead and drag this up to about there, and then we can go ahead and cut back and go. Actually, there's a cave there, so we can't actually do that. So for right now, we're going to go 1 more up here and then loop to the side. So that should work, and then we're going to go there and then back down to about there. And then this way, that way, and maybe go 1 more past the tree line and then back into that. And then that should be about as good as we're going to get. Actually, no, let's go ahead and place down a couple more roads to about here, I suppose. Yeah, that should be fine. So then we should be able to go ahead and place down a bunch of the little water things, and we should be good on the radiuses of these things. So 1 can go there, 1 can go there, right there should be fine. And then let's see, so will it tell us the radius? It'll only show us the radius after it's done getting built. Okay, so let me actually let those get built. All right, cool. So we have a pretty good coverage going around here. Let me go ahead and place this one there. And that should be within range. Yeah, that should be fine there. Let's go ahead and place this other one about here. And I'm just going to try and eyeball it because I don't want to wait until these things are done getting built. Even in fast forward mode, it's still taking a little bit here. Let's go ahead and place that one there because that's infertile ground. We can place this one here. It's not really all that great, but it's infertile, and all of this stuff is fertile, so I don't want to actually waste any space there. We can go ahead and place one here, and then we need to place another one on this side back here somewhere so that this section of the woods are covered. And I think this is infertile, so we can place that there. That should be fine. We should have coverage all along the wall here. And then we need to go ahead and focus on the front side just a little bit here. So let's go ahead and drag a road down, and that should be good. And then we can go ahead and place one of these guys here. Should help a bit. And let's see, where else do we need one? We need some on this side of the wall as well, but that's not too big of an issue. So let's go ahead and place that one there. And then everything else is pretty much covered with water, so we should be okay. No wall should get burnt down randomly, I don't think. We should be okay. Actually, we might need one here. Let's actually expand the road out a little bit. So that should be good. And then if we place one down, we can go ahead and place it pretty much wherever. So let's place it here. And now with that one placed, and once they're done getting built, everything should be covered in water except this little chunk. A little couple chunks here and there, but that's fine. But I think for right now, that's actually going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So we got the wall built. We have water kind of everywhere so that we are hopefully safe from fire hazards. And hopefully don't have anything getting burnt down. We do need to start focusing on our happiness. This thing keeps dropping and people keep leaving for being unhappy. So that's something we need to worry about now. But for right now, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.